on, everyone? Back with another episode of Sit Down here. You know your host. I'm Ernest. We got Jordan. And today we got special guest, Florida A&M forward, Sydney Hendrix. Man, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to meet y'all.
Hey, I appreciate you hopping on, Ern. You already know how we feel when Hooper's been on the pod, so
You know,
definitely gonna be a big one for us. But let's just start it off. We're gonna start it off right. Obviously, you're a current basketball player at FAMU, originally from Michigan. Can you talk a little bit about your recruiting process, or just the process and the journey that led you up to FAMU?
Yeah, of course. So in high school, I was recruited, but a lot of people know, like in like my era and like 2 years above me and like a year under me, like our recruitment got messed up a lot because of COVID. So like there was barely any spots on any team. So a lot of us had a lot of offers, a lot of interest and stuff. And then when COVID hit, it was like, oh, we only have two spots on our team now. And if you, I'm a forward my whole life. So it's like, okay,
Mm.
you a 5'9", 5'10" forward. And we got 6'2", 6'3" forwards that like y'all kind of right here. And if we gonna choose whose game gonna translate to college, theirs is because they taller. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, if you say so. I mean, it is what it is. And so I kind of went through this process of like almost feeling defeated because I felt like I was competing with people at a high level, but I was looked down upon because I wasn't as big as them, even though I played big, I rebound, I do everything that somebody at 6'2" would do, but I just wasn't as tall. So it was hard for me to get the looks that I wanted, but I still got maybe like 15 offers, like, and they were like small mid majors, and then I realized that
15?
That's still a lie. I was
Yeah,
like, man,
I was about to say that's supposed a lot.
I mean, it was a decent amount of offers, but they came on later. But like for a lot of time, I'm like I'm playing like so hard, and like I've always been told like just go out there and just play as hard as you can. The points gonna come, everything gonna come if you just work hard. And
what were
so
some of those offers that you were getting?
a lot of like Michigan schools, so like Central Michigan, Western Michigan,
Some
uh,
Mac schools.
yeah,
That's not
Those are
bad.
still
That's not
decent
bad.
programs.
University of Illinois, Chicago. I had school, I had Xavier. I had a lot of HBCU
Oh,
schools.
these
So
are
like
good
Downplaying
I had a
yourself.
lot of schools, but like it was none of them like were really like, it was like, yeah, like them cool, like, but I was like, I always had dreamed about going bigger.
Mm.
So you realize when you get here that bigger ain't always better. And
Yeah.
so I realized later on my recruiting process that I wanted to make a decision for something bigger than basketball because I realized that I probably wasn't going to go professional. If I did, I would go overseas, but I wasn't trying to go to the WNBA. I had other aspirations as well as playing basketball. So I'm like, okay, I want everything out of college. And I realized, like, okay, schools that are HBCUs, like I could have another experience outside of just being a basketball player, but also have that experience. So I started looking more towards HBCUs. And then my grandfather graduated from Florida A&M, and he
Wow.
spoke so highly of it. I'm like, damn, I was like, I mean, I looked it up. I'm like, oh, like this school looks real nice. Like it seemed like a very like well-rounded school, and it was in Florida. Yeah, so she watched some of my games, and then she came to maybe two or three games, and I sent her some film, and she was like, "We love you, and we want to offer you." I came down, took a visit, and then I maybe committed 2 weeks after.
So what was it about Coach Gordon that made you feel like FAMU was home?
Well, it's actually a unique situation because she didn't recruit me.
Oh,
I came in with a different coach. So mind you, it was kind of mind-boggling. It was a blessing in disguise almost because I feel like I'm in a better situation now. But Coach Pillow was the coach before Coach Bridget. And so she came in after the first week of me being there for the summer session. She sat us down, had a team meeting. She's like, yeah, so like I'm no longer going to be the coach. I'm like, oh, you could have told me that maybe a week before I got here. You feel like something. Like it
that
was
is
like you told me.
wild. That's
Uh,
wild, bro.
Like, oh, it was so crazy. And so we didn't know who the coach was, and a lot of us were a little like okay, like on edge a little bit because you recruited us and you left like right away as soon as I got there. So I never got coached by her. And when I found out that Coach Bridget was going to be our coach, I didn't really know what to think because I didn't know her at all, but I liked her energy. And so I was like, okay, like whatever happens, whatever goes, like I'm just 10 toes behind it because I'm already here. Like you just have to make the best of whatever happens. And I ended up really enjoying my first year here. So
What's it called? Hey, we had Coach Gordon on here. I feel like I learned a lot about her in that little hour we had, but she got hella energy. I'll say that.
yes, she
For
does.
real.
Yes, she does.
But I ain't gonna lie, because I know you mentioned a little bit about coming from Michigan and going to Florida. You can keep it a buck. When you got to Tallahassee, was you thinking like, is this what Florida is? Or
I was gonna
it's
bring
like
this up. I'm
Tallahassee?
glad
Because hey, Tallahassee really hit or miss for some people. Either you love it or you hate it.
I mean, I feel like I'm definitely more of a positive thinker. I feel like it's a lot worse college towns, especially in HBCUs, and I find it hard to complain because like I have everything I need here. But
Mhm.
it was like, dang, like I moved across the country not to touch a beach. It's crazy. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
that
They get
sucks.
Nah,
this little
That
hey,
bar.
sucks. But at the same time, it was nice because I'm not a fan of heat either. So it's like I don't like super hot and I don't like super cold. So sometimes it's nice. Like I ain't gonna lie, my first summer here.
I was
I
dying.
I didn't have my car and it was hill on top of hill on top of hill and it was so
yeah, them hills
hot.
get you. Yeah, them hills get
And
you.
I'm like, yo, this is like actually awful.
So
So
where was you staying at when you first got here?
I was staying in Village and then I moved to Phase, which is at the very back with
Yeah.
no whip. And I'm like,
Bro,
God,
mind you, bro, where she talking about she was at, bro, it's in the back of campus, bro.
like
Man,
that
look, I
walk
got
was
two
like a
questions. Y'all gotta
30-minute
school me
walk to
on
the other
things
side of
new.
campus. It was
One, can freshmen can't have cars on campus?
so
This
I
is a
was told
goal.
that period. But then other people had cars. I was like, hold on, like
Oh, she got finesse.
I ain't
they
gonna
Two,
lie. I finessed the system. I wasn't supposed to have my car my freshman year. Boy, man, I had mine.
well,
All
hey, this might be the most important question. Two, y'all freshman dorms, y'all got AC?
I ain't gonna lie, I had no problems. I actually really enjoyed my dorm experience besides
My
not having.
dorm ain't have air conditioning.
Oh no, I liked my phase apartment was real nice. I really enjoyed it, but I don't live there no more. I live in a house now, but it was not bad. I really did. I didn't have a problem with the dorms. Like it was what it is. It's just that I wish I had my car because I was just in the dorm farthest away from everything, and I had to prepare I used to catch Ubers to class, burning my money.
yeah,
Just
you ain't get on that
And
venom. You ain't get on the venom.
then
no.
that athlete money, that athlete check, I'm already knowing, bro. I feel the same way. Been through them times too.
Oh,
Our
but
time class.
man, talk about just take us all go all the way back, man. So what inspired Sydney Hendrix to pick up a basketball and start playing?
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember a time that I wasn't playing basketball. Like my
wow.
whole family is like a basketball family. Like my daddy didn't play basketball, but like I grew up in the gym because I went to the same AAU program as my older cousins. They like 10 years older than me. So I was young going to their AAU games, getting t-shirts that say our AAU team on it, like the one I play for now. Like they knew me since I was a baby. Like I was
Mhm.
just always around it. It was like before, like I was literally like 2 years old. Like they put up the little mini hoop for me at the
Mm,
rec so I could play like with my daddy and my mom.
wow.
It's like I don't remember when I started. Like it was like it's always been like in my family. My sister plays
Okay.
basketball for Loyola Chicago. My mama played for Stanford. My cousin played for Penn State. My other cousin played for Iowa. So like it was just like we all like we just
Okay.
hoop. You feel me? Like it was like just a hooping family. So it was like never a question whether I was going to
Yeah.
play college, play in high school. Like it was like always in the cards for me.
So you ain't want to be the different one, be like, I want to play volleyball.
Eh. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, I'm too aggressive for that. I'm very that's my favorite part,
So,
the aggression. I really
I feel
like
that.
that part. So you can't get the same effect when you can't hit nobody, you know?
I feel that. I feel that.
so let me ask you this. When was the point that you knew that you could make it to the next level in basketball? Because you said that you have a family full of people who played at the next level. Like, when did you know for you that you were at that point that you knew you were good enough?
I always knew. I mean, I don't
Damn.
think you can ever limit yourself. Like no matter
Mm-hmm.
like you just always have to better yourself no matter what. Like and my thing is I find it easy to better myself when you just work extremely hard. Like if you go hard at everything you do, it's like whatever happens is supposed to happen. Like if you put in your best effort towards everything, even if it's not what you think it's gonna be, like it's gonna be exactly what it should be because you did everything you could possibly do. And I always did my best. And I mean, I found success at every level. Like I never like had times where I felt like I was just never good enough because like my work spoke for itself.
So let me ask you this. You got a family full of different schools. You obviously have FAMU now, so we'll go Rattlers, but did you have one dream school that you really wanted to go to?
Mm,
Don't lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of people be doing
Please don't get on here and start lying now, Sydney.
I mean, I would never lie, but like I'm not one to, how do I say this? I'm not very I don't get my hopes up with certain things because I know things aren't always as good as they seem. My dad told me a long, like from I was a kid,
it.
like things always sound better than what they are. You might think like everything looked good, but it's like, how can I say something's a dream school? I ain't never like I've never been there. I don't
Mm.
know the players like that. Like the college experience, like especially with athletics, is about the relationships you make. So it's like I've always just craved happiness over like names. You know, like I want to just happy. I want to be set. Like I never really strive like, oh, like this is the school I always wanted. Like I used to be like, I just want to be blessed with an opportunity. And I wanted who wanted me. I didn't want somebody like a fan. I ain't gonna, I don't know what's in me. I'm just not a fan. I'm
You
like,
got an
oh,
old
I want to
soul.
go there. Do you want me? Like, I'm not finna be like, I want to go there so bad. You should want me. And if you want me, I want you. Like,
Shoot, well, 15 schools wanted you, so shoot.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
So yeah, man. So I mean, we talked about this a little bit off air. You talk about hoopers and things of that nature, man. So
Oh, okay.
growing up, I had to ask this regardless. I'm sorry, I had to ask regardless. So growing up, who was your favorite hooper?
That's a hard one. I mean, I watched the NBA a lot. But like, I mean, I would say a lot of people that I grew up around, like I grew up around a lot of good basketball players. So
Mm-hmm.
like my like idols were more close knit. Like I was
Local.
people around me like a few years older than me in my program. And I'm like, yo, like I need to put that in my bag. Like I would just see things. I'm like, they're so confident, they're strong, they're going hard. Like we had really gritty players. And like I would look up to them more so than people like big players. But like when I watch basketball, like the NBA and stuff, I'm going, I love Steph Curry. I don't know what it is about him, like his like the way he's humble, the way he carried himself, and the way he just go out and get that. Like he ain't never had to do too much, but he do a lot. It's like I love him. Yeah,
Respect.
I love Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry.
Time growing up in Michigan, obviously playing for your school, playing outside, playing travel ball. Who they don't have to be necessarily big names. They can be a big name. They may be under the radar. They may not be hooping no more. Who you think was the best player you ever played against, or that person that was like, dang, like this girl on another level?
In Michigan?
It could be Michigan. It could be if you was at a tournament out of state. Just the best player that you've been on the court with outside of yourself.
Period.
I ain't gonna lie. Juju. And then Juju.
Ooh, you played her?
Yeah, I was on the EYBL circuit. So I ain't gonna lie. Like, and I remember we went into that game. I don't even want to hype it up because I just
Nah,
like
keep it. You gotta keep it real though.
it hurt
What
my
happened?
soul. Oh my
What
God.
happened?
So bad. Like we go out there, we like, bro, they think they are that. Like they gonna have to show me. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I go like, I don't care who I play. I always say beforehand, they gonna have to show me some.
Okay.
Boy, did they show me some? They showed me some. They showed me. They showed me, and I was like, all right, you got it. Like, hey, you got to give somebody props. It's like, hey, you a hooper, man. Like, hey.
Do you remember how many like she had or how many points y'all lost by?
No, I don't want to remember though.
I already know you put that.
I ain't gonna lie. Things you just can't leave in the top of your head like that. That was like 2, 3 years ago though. Like, but when I played against her, I was like, God, like she deserved her flowers. Like she good.
Juju tough.
She tough. I ain't gonna lie. She tough.
So now this season for the Rattlers, the Lady Rattlers,
Yes.
we're still in non-conference play. So what I had to say this personal question, man. So how do y'all feel going into these non-conference games? When most 9 out of 10 times y'all aren't favored to win, and those these are just like money games. How do y'all keep like the edge going into these games?
Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
I can't. for everybody because everybody goes into it feeling different. I know last year it was kind of like a shock because I've never been the underdog. Like I always was at the top
Yeah,
program, top school. I was always a winner. So it was like, oh my God, like I'm losing. Like I'm like it didn't even feel right. I was like, this is
yeah,
not me. But it's like at the same time, you have to realize like, okay, we we are HBCU, so it is hard because we have to bring in we're a money sport. Like we have to bring in a certain amount of money. And so you just have to do what you gotta do. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, in my head, when I go into the game, I say, I feel like I could have played at a bigger school. I should have been recruited at a bigger.
Mm.
And so I
okay.
kind of take that and I kind of use it as my edge, like, and I try to win my matchup. Like, I don't know how everybody else goes about it. I know when we get in the locker room, we say, hey, every game we trying to upset, like, and we play as hard as we can. And like, when I go out there before every game, I tell my team, like, I don't tell them we need you to do this. We like all I say is like we in the huddle, like when starters get called out, I say, like, hey, just play as hard as you can, man. Like, leave it all on the floor. I don't care what happens. Just play as hard as you can, and that's all I want. Like, play
Mm.
hard and let the rest come to you. Don't force no shots. Don't do dumb stuff. Don't try to like be a hero. Just play as hard as you can. Be a dog. Get a board. Like, stop your defender. Like, I mean, stop your offender. Whatever. And so it's like once you get that mentality of just playing like a dog, like everything, the chips will fall how they may. But I'm gonna go down fighting. Like I don't really care. Like whatever. You think you're better than me, you're gonna have to show me something. And every game, that's how I go into it. Win, lose, draw, whatever. Like I have to win my matchup. That's all I think. Because I'm
But
like, even if we play these big games and we get beat, like I'll be like, okay, how much my player get and how much I get, how many boards I get.
No,
Halftime,
that's real.
halftime,
That's real.
hey,
you gotta
but
take your
another
dubs
thing,
somehow.
Come
yeah, another
on.
thing. Not everybody be having that mindset though. So
You have to.
especially coming from being used to winning, not knocking anybody on a team, but coming to a team where not everybody may not have that mindset. Definitely an adjustment. But speaking of adjustments, like what do you feel like was the biggest adjustment for you going from high school to college? I guess on the court and off the court.
I mean, it was definitely an adjustment. I mean, my life has always been centered around basketball because like that's just how they train us. Like you go from high school and then a week later you on the road playing AAU. Like we don't get no
Mhm.
break. And so it's like it's always basketball. But in college, I would say the biggest like thing I had to get used to wasn't even like the playing style. Like I feel like I can I have a motor, so I can go with the game. Like it was a little faster, of course, and girls are a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little bit more athletic, whatever. It's an adjustment. Like you have to learn how to finish over taller people because I am playing undersized.
Mm.
But like, when it actually comes to me like living my everyday life, I feel like I'm so ingrained into my team and like the systems, like I have no escape almost because of how connected everything is. I live with my teammates. We we eat together on the road. We sleep together. Like all like we all like we just always with each other. It's like so when you have bad days, it's like, oh, I can't. It's all here. Like I can't go home from a bad practice and go see my mom and daddy. Like like I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to escape. Like it's all like this is my entire life, and you have to learn how to make boundaries and stuff to make sure you keep yourself sane because it can get very, very hard. And when you learn how to hold that balance, I didn't have that balance at all last year. I wasn't really a go outer like, and I didn't form that many friendships outside of my team because I am so close to my teammates. Like we
Exactly.
my best friends. So it was like I didn't really have nothing outside of it. And so it was almost like I was losing myself in it because I was just so deeply ingrained in it. And when you
All
learn how
right.
to make those boundaries, like life got a lot better. But that was hard.
What would be your biggest advice if, let's say, next year that FAMU goes and recruits another girl from Michigan, and she comes and commits and signs with FAMU? What would be your advice to her just in regards to that transition, or any girl from anywhere coming to FAMU in regards to just that transition and getting used to college on the field, I mean, on the court and off the court?
I mean, I would say definitely to keep a level head. That's one thing I learned, not to get too high, not to get too low, because like I feel like any athlete in general can relate when I say like this thing is so mental and like it's so emotional because you're so like you're investing so much of yourself and so much of your time into it that it
Mm-hmm.
can it can be so hard. So when you play good, you can feel like you're on top of the moon, and then when you play bad, it's like your world crashed down because it's like I did all this and I'm not getting the results I want. and it can get very like it can ride your emotions crazy. So like I tell everybody, like just don't let nothing get you too high and never get too low. Just stay steady, stay consistent with everything you do, and just be dedicated. Like don't get distracted with the wrong things because it can be easy to get distracted.
Right.
Like our team does a pretty good job. Like we have a lot of people that are very focused, but it can be hard to stay focused and to still work on your goals and still think about what you want in the future and what you want out of life.
Mhm.
Make sure that you're still staying consistent with that as well and not to forget about that. So I would definitely say to stay level-headed and to don't lose your passion. Like you just have to stay passionate about it no matter what. Like whatever it is, you can't let like disagreement with a coach, a teammate, your like how you're playing. My result, like for me, if I play bad, only thing I can do just get in the gym and just work. Like you can't stay on nothing for too long. Just work hard. Just keep working and find a way to get away. You have to have somewhere that you can go, someone that you can be with, anything that can take your mind away from it. That's my biggest advice.
So then what's your getaway then? What's your getaway from basketball? What you like to do?
I'm a reader. I'm not gonna lie. I read a lot of books.
Mhm.
I also really enjoy meditation. I also take a lot of time to now that I had a car in the summertime. This like I didn't have a car last year, so it was hard for me, and that was something I struggled with. But
Mhm.
then I would use reading as an outlet because like reading is I recommend reading to anybody, but after I got my car, it broke down. My
Mhm.
transmission blew. So I was like, dang, I have my little thing, and then it broke down. And then I got a new car, thankfully, after like 3 months. And so now
Mm.
I go to the park a lot. So like at night, I'll go out to the park when nobody's out there, and I'll just sit in the grass and I'll just lay out and just meditate and listen to music and find a way to settle my mind and like kind of free it from anything basketball related, anything school related, with anybody else. Just think about being thankful.
I got a question for you. So you be out there at Cascades about 11 o'clock, just out there laid out, looking up at the
Yes,
stars.
I was out there right before we got on this Zoom call. I was just out there right before we.
Wow. That's
I'll be
crazy.
out there and I have no shame. I don't be caring because
Carefree.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm very carefree and it's a blessing and a curse because
That's what's up.
nobody, you gotta just do what you gotta do, man. Ain't no judgment.
I've been trying to work on that myself, but you seem like you're better than me. But that leads me to my next question. With you averaging close to a double this season, swag play about to kick off here shortly. What's one improvement in your game you want to see, or like what's one thing you want to improve in your game this like for this season?
I feel like I have to be more. I feel like I'm a little versatile, but I have to be more comfortable at the guard spots
Mhm.
because I feel like I'm so used to having to just body and like get
Yeah,
my bucket around the basket and like I enjoy it. Like I really do enjoy being in the post and like fighting for every bucket I get. That's
yeah,
my favorite part of the game. But I have to have that outside shot. And I mind you, I can shoot that thing. People think I can't shoot. I can. I just choose not to because I enjoy going to the basket. And it's like
I see.
people are going to easily guard you if you don't have an inside out game. Like you have to be able to shoot the three and the midi and layups. So it's like I can shoot the mid range. I can. Hey, that'll tell you I can't. I can shoot three. I swear to God I can't. I
Now,
can shoot three.
so,
I can shoot three. I ain't shot not one this whole season or last season, but I can shoot it. I swear to
It's
God.
coming.
because
It's
I was just about to ask you that, Sydney. Now I've been to some games. Now I've been to some games. I see no three-point attempted. What we
I
doing?
know, but you got to play your role. You feel me? Like I'd rather if
Stay.
I get the shot and my homegirl got the shot and her shot is she and that's her role. I'm
Mm.
to her. I don't care. Like my points gonna come where they come at, but I know where certain people like where they hot at, that's where you're good at. And I don't got I'm not gonna shoot it good there and you're great there and I'm great down there. Like,
I feel you.
work within the system, but
I feel
like
you.
I definitely have to form more confidence on the perimeter.
Yeah,
And I also have to learn how to not let everything affect me so much. Like a lot of games, I'm very, very hard on myself. And so like if I miss an easy shot or I miss a free throw, like oh my God, like and like I'll miss so many free throws this year, and it's like driving me insane. And you can see
yeah,
it written all over my face. And it's like you have to learn how to move to the next play, because then you're gonna mess up and you're gonna overthink again. And a lot of times I mess up more times than I need to, just because I'm
Because you
still
still think about that last play. Yeah.
yes, and it's like
Yep.
you can't be that flustered. Like, you have to move on, man. Like, and I just have a problem. I'm so emotional with basketball. It's like my teammates be like, you gotta like come on, like, you good. And it's like, I wish people didn't have to do that to get me like out of my own head. So that's something I have to work on.
So another thing, like I want to keep going, because like I said, I've been to a few games. I see you play. That free throw line jump shot there for you, bro.
Ain't it?
That free throw line jump shot there. I'm like, bro, shoot the ball, I'm like, oh.
Okay, but you ain't see the last game. Not look, was it the last game? It wasn't the last game. It was the game before that and the game before that.
Okay.
I shot it and I ain't made it. Like, what? I'm
okay.
I'm 2 for 3.
Okay, I'll tell you for the game. I went to the Howard game and FSU.
Yeah, I ain't shooting out one of those shots.
That's the games I'm going off of. Like you say you did that, so that's good. That's good to hear, man. It's good to hear.
And my coach be on my butt about that. She's like, I'm not telling you not to shoot. You can shoot it. I'm telling you, shoot the ball. I'm like, okay. Then I get out there, I'm pumping, and I go. It's like, oh, come on, bro.
She's sticking to what we know. See, I know we got Ernest firsthand at the game. We also got some other people doing the scouting report. So just in terms of the scouting report that we getting as well, just want to just follow me with this one. We got someone on this call outside of you, outside of me. I think his player comp kind of like a Drew Holiday, mixed like a Draymond Green a little bit. I think from the scouting report that Ern giving me, Ern said he gonna make you put on the ground. Ern said he gonna make you go left. One-on-one, playing a 10.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Hey.
What you think the score would be versus
I'm just as competitive as you. I'm just as competitive as you. I'm not a hooper. No, I'm not a hooper.
What we going to?
Ernest said we could get this game on camera too.
What we going to?
We going to 10, all ones.
I like it.
I say 10-5, just because he a man. And when boys get out there and they start seeing a girl hoop, they try to put their butt on you, just back you up. I don't got time. I just know how it go. Like, and some things you just can't control. Like, okay, I still kill him, but like, he gonna get a few over my head, maybe. Just
and no 5 earn. That's a lot of buckets. You're not used to giving up that many.
Yeah, I'll give up that many points, bro.
Ern, what's your score prediction, man?
My score prediction to 10. I like 10. 10-6.
Because you ain't hooping a while, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
You think you got the 6? You have the 6?
Oh no, I got the 10. No, I got the 10.
How old are you?
Hey.
Don't let me find out we the same height. You in the bucket, boy. I ain't even if you're as high as me,
hey, you might be a little taller than me. Hey, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Hey, we're gonna have to get this game going. Coach Pressure already said we pulling up. So
she sure did. You say what's it?
You see the girls I be finishing over, they be 6'6".
That's cool. But they ain't me though. They ain't me.
I was getting checked by a 6'6" Florida girl. I scored 20 on her.
That ain't me though.
But look, you the main one talking about undersized, heart of a lion type stuff. Heart of a lion.
I'm an undersized post.
I'm punching that ball right out. I
do this. This is me.
I'm punching that ball right out.
This is me. I'm an undersized post. This is what I do. Who is he?
He got that Midwest.
You gonna find out. That's okay. You ain't gotta know. You gonna find out though. You ain't gotta know.
Hey, we gotta make this happen, man.
I'll run it. I ain't even care. We can set it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get too on two, man. Because if you get too on two,
be some nice cardio.
Oh man, here we go.
All right. So next one, I want to ask, just in terms of your time with Coach Pressure. I know you haven't been with her for too long, but definitely you've been having some moments. Like, what's your favorite moment with her? It can be on the court or off the court. Because I know, like Ernest said, we had a great talk with her. She hopped on the pod. Just the energy that she brings. Like, what's your favorite moment with her?
So many like moments. I feel like it's like not one specific moment. It was just times when like she pulled me aside, or like I'll go to her office and we talk. Right. I
got you. Like, what's the biggest lesson that she's taught you?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like me and her have had conversations because I'm a deep thinker. Like, I think a lot, and she knows that. And I feel like she understands that about me. And I feel like she
Mm.
appreciates that side of me. And so, I know. So one time she texted me a video of her walking. And she was like, Sid, I just want you to know that I see you working and you're gonna be like you're my secret weapon and I just know that you're gonna get everything basically you deserve, like, and just to keep going because I see so much in you and you're a great like it was like so heartfelt and it made me like feel like she trusted me and believed in me. And it's like knowing people that's in your corner that 10 toes behind you, it just changed everything for you, like honestly. So knowing that she saw how much I worked on the off season because I feel like I had a lot to prove after my first year. Like I don't feel like I put as much into it as I wanted to because I feel like my head was in the clouds a little bit. Like I feel like I was kind of floating my first year. Like I wasn't very intentional. And so she knew how personal I took that. And as soon as I went home in May, I that was probably the hardest I ever worked. Like I was just in the gym all the time. I lost 20 pounds. I was just going at it like and I was so like it was so personal to me because I feel like I wasn't giving it everything that I knew I could and I wasn't playing as good as I know I could. And I just wanted to develop some form of consistency. So I felt like I was who I say I am. Like I feel like that's a crisis. Like, are you who you say you are?
Prove it
And
to yourself.
a lot of people don't take that personal enough. Like you talk a lot, but it's like, are you everything that you claiming to be in every aspect of your life? And I took it and I was like, like I have to be better. And so she knew that I felt like that. And like I came back and I was playing like at a different speed. I was like I was playing different. Like I was just having more confidence. I had that thing on me. I was scoring more. Like I'm playing better. Like like
Florida game.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
no, like I was in a different mindset and I feel like being acknowledged after like putting that much work in and like being told that she believed in me, like that was probably my favorite moment.
Just like after you mentioned just how your first year you were kind of everywhere in the cloud, just getting used to everything on the court, off the court, having this the next year come around and then having a game like you had against Florida, like how does that feel with just all the hard work that you played in the off season and then just have start the year off having games like that? Like does that really tap in and like let the world know like what you're really capable of, or is that like you were saying like really proving it to yourself more than proving it to others?
I think it's more about the internal battle more than anything. Like I feel like the external is just so superficial because people gonna be there when you're good and then when you're not, they disappear. And it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you rely so heavy on that love, it just you'll never be satisfied. And
Exactly.
I really feel like it was more of a moment where I said, okay, you did it once, do it again. Like, like it wasn't more like, oh, I did it. See, like, it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you had a 20-point game once. Okay. And now what? Like, nobody cares if you can't produce
Do it
every game.
again. Do it
Whatever.
again.
Like, if you're not consistent, nobody can rely on you no matter like if I had a 20-point game, like who cares if you can't do it every like all the time, mind you. Obviously, you're not gonna have a 20-point game every single game. Like it's not gonna be your game every single game. But it's like, are you going to impact the game every single game? And
You
that's
can control your effort every game. Your
yeah,
level of aggression, you can control
yeah, I
that.
don't gonna lie. That's the one thing. That's why I don't really take too much time worried about how many points I score
Mm.
because that's not really like if you think too heavy on that, you become a selfish player because it's not about that at all. It's about just impacting. Like yesterday, we lost a game that we should have won, and it was so devastating. I was crying my eyes out, and my parents ended up being at the game, and then my dad was just like, What are you crying for? Like you like you gave it everything. Like you're literally like playing so hard. And it's like as long as you're positively impacting the game, like that's all you can ask for. Because every game your shot's not going to fall. And every time like you're not gonna get the looks that you want. And sometimes it's somebody else's game. Sabu almost had 20 last night. It's like every game is not going to be your game. Are you getting 10 boards every night? Are you doing your defensive assignments every night? Like, are you making the right pass, making the right cut, making the right shot at the right time? Like, it's not always just about like counting your digits every single game because every game ain't going to be about that. You can't assess your success like only on that because you're gonna drive yourself insane. So it's like you have to find a way to be consistent in your energy and effort every game and just let the rest flow, like everything else flow. And I got player of the week.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that was cool. And, like people was even my props, but it's like I mean, like you can't. You just have to do it again. Like you can't be satisfied with that. I feel like you did something. I didn't do it. So
You dropping gems.
I
You
don't see.
could. Like I said, you might know what you talk about, man. You might know something.
Aaron, I might have to switch my prediction, Aaron. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, whoa. Don't go that far now. Don't go that far.
Serious? I can't believe you even predicted him. That's okay. I like
It's
that.
because I haven't seen him on court.
I like
haven't
that.
seen him
You
on
did. I
court.
like that. Eat
Yeah,
that.
me and Aaron, we got a lot of dubs under our belt.
Come on, man.
Against
Come on,
who?
man.
Against who?
We
Real
got a
athletes,
resume.
real
We can
athletes,
talk off
real
camera.
hoopers.
We can talk off camera on that one. But I know we got a couple NBA players under our belt, but it's all good.
Yes,
On the next one, man.
Come
Right.
on, man.
Yeah, sure.
We from Florida, man. Land of athletes.
That's not a thing.
Oh,
Florida?
whoa. Hey, hold on now. Hey, hold on.
He said land of athletes now.
Athletes. I know you ain't talking about no Michigan.
You think
players,
Michigan?
Florida.
Wait, hold
First of all,
on.
basketball is not a Florida. Like Florida is not known for their basketball players.
But we supreme athletes. That
We not, but we
I
athletes.
said
well-rounded.
basketball players. I don't care about the rest of them.
We
They
got some.
y'all
We got
got
Tracy
football.
McGrady. We got Vince Carter.
Oh, yay, too.
We got Kevin Knox, who went first round.
Two Hall of Famers? Two Hall of Famers ain't good enough?
No. I'm not saying Michigan got the best either. I feel like our comp a little too weak right now. I feel like
You think Michigan got better athletes than Florida?
right now.
Don't.
Right now, I feel like the Michigan athletes like 5-6 years ago was crazy. Like we were known to be dogs. Like especially the city, like Detroit, like the city had like the scrappiest like people you could ever play against. Like seriously, like all dogs. Like
See, I'm just saying because my grandma still live in Detroit. I ain't gonna put her address up there, but see, I grew up all in the summer is going to Detroit and everything. Man, we're gonna get off that next topic, man. We ain't even gonna get in this. Ern, go ahead, Ern.
Oh. No, I'm still on the topic, though. I'm still on the topic because it sounds like you trying to say Michigan athletes better than Florida, man. That's what I'm hearing.
Like it's like a really like wild statement to make when I don't live in Florida. Like I live here now, but it's like I don't know y'all like that. But I just know that basketball is not like Florida is not the state for basketball. Like
I respect that take though.
I do.
You
I'm
right,
not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
it's just not. Like come on,
not.
like it's okay.
See, I'll get off of it. I'll get off. I mean, our athletes are pretty good. They can play pretty much everything. It don't really matter what sport. But like,
Whatever.
I'm gonna let you have that though.
Hey.
Jordan, go ahead and take us to the next thing, Jordan.
Shoot, I know this is my last question. I know you mentioned off camera. I'm not sure if you mentioned it on camera, but I know you said ultimately your goal is not to be in the WNBA. I feel like that's a little bit different. Like hearing like a lot of people like who go and play college basketball, like their goals are to become pros. Like, at what point did you realize like that wasn't your goal? And then what do you have planned for outside of yourself, outside of whenever you're done playing basketball? You say you played basketball up until basically from the day you were born up until now. So like, what do you think that's going to be like the day you stop playing basketball?
Honestly, I feel like I kind of always knew that I didn't want to play professionally only because I feel like I don't want to limit myself to basketball for
Rest of your life.
such a large piece of my life. Because if you think about it, like it's different for some people who like start in 8th grade, but like my life has genuinely been about basketball since I can remember. And I just know that there's so many other passions to explore that I've had to put on the back burner just because right now, like this is my main priority. And I would hate not to explore that stuff just because I'm elongating my basketball career past my body's limits. My body can barely make it through every game. Like especially the way I'm playing, like I'm a very physical person. And especially like since I am undersized, like it's a toll on my body every single game. Like to play against girls who are just bigger, like you have to find a way to, play against them. And I love it, but like it does put a toll on my body, and I can't imagine like playing for like 10 more years after this, like or even 5. Like I'm only on my second year of college, man. What? Like, I struggle to get up every day. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
You putting the ice packs on your knees?
man, I take ice baths all the time. Like, oh my God, it's so hard. But at the same time, I I love it. So like I used to think like, okay, I want to explore other options. So like maybe you can go overseas because I really want to travel. Like after college, I want to travel while I'm getting my PhD and my master's or whatever online. I want to travel the world and stuff. And so maybe you can make paid by also like, getting the revenue from playing overseas ball and still getting your master's and your PhD and stuff. So like there's different avenues. So if I was to play pro, I would do it for that, not per se to keep my basketball career going because I don't really know all the career paths I can go overseas for a few years. I would have to research it, but like I just can't see myself wanting to go past college because there's so much other life to live. Like so much. It's like how can you only do and mind you, some people like this is their whole passion, but I just can't see like I have so many other parts of me and I feel like
Exactly.
do struggle with knowing who they are outside of the sport, and I'm not one of them. I know who I am. I took a lot of time to figure out what makes like me go, like what is
Right.
my passion. So I don't have to rely on basketball so heavy to feel like I'm doing what I love because there's so many other things I love.
Nah, I
Because
will say,
it sounds a lot like you using the game and not letting the game use you.
yeah,
Because a lot of athletes they get so consumed and this is
make your
everything
identity.
rather than just using
Yes,
it for all the blessings that it grants you outside. So no, I love to hear that.
so
Nah,
many, so many male athletes too. Oh my
nah,
God.
Sydney. Nah, I will say this one thing. Your coach did put me onto the how good it is overseas. Don't sleep
My
now.
coaches, that's why I said I might go overseas because my assistant
Don't
coach did
sleep.
overseas and they loved it. I'm
Don't
like,
sleep, y'all. I'm about to say, don't sleep now. That sounds pretty good over there.
oh, it sounds great.
Good.
And that's why I said if I was to play pro, it
Yeah.
would be that because it's also better to play pro because they don't own everything. Like college, they know my schedule down to the bone. Like they know my classes. They know when I can eat, the times I wake up. Like and
Yeah.
when on the road, they control everything. It's like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
oh, like this is everything. But like, and overseas, you can literally go to practice and then do your own weights, do your own skill training, have your own trainers. Like I haven't seen my trainers. I miss them so, but I ain't seen my trainers since I don't know how long, and they be getting me right. You get
Uh,
your own trainers overseas, they get you paid, they get you fed, they get you housing and stuff, and you get to travel the world. So it's definitely an option.
I don't know how you pass that look.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
figure it out.
know.
Ooh,
It's really about my body. That's the only thing I'm worried
that's
about. If
true.
my body can go and I have an opportunity to, it's like a 50-50 for me right now. But like my aspirations aren't to the WNBA. Like that's not really the route that I would go to, but I would
Yeah.
go to play overseas for all the other opportunities.
Real quick, if you could attend any sporting event or any event like Grammys, the ESPYs, Oscars, and sit front row at it, what would it be?
I don't care about any of those events. I'm not
Respect.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't care about a lot of things. Like
I
there's
don't blame you.
things that I do not care about, and events is one of them. I've never been to a concert before. I've never been to anything like that before. Like I don't know. Like I don't really care about the Oscars. I don't care about the awards. I don't care about any of
What's okay? Let's switch this one up then.
Okay.
What's one bucket list item that you have whenever you're done playing basketball?
an item or like an activity.
Like
Activity. It could
thing
be
you want to
something that you
do.
just want to do. Bucket
Yeah.
list. Something that you always wanted to do. Because you say you have to put a lot of stuff to the back burner because of basketball. So basketball done, you get one ticket to go do anything you want to do. What you about to go do?
Hmm. I would definitely say I would want to travel and do photography. Like I would love to like just travel and be able to take really pretty pictures. I want to write a book.
Oh, that's good.
I've never heard that one before on this one. Hey, that's a very great one.
I like
And
that.
Ern, you know which one I gotta ask.
What's up?
All right, so I don't know how you feel about this one. Conspiracy theories. What's one conspiracy that you really think is real? Because you said it sounds like you be doing a lot of reading, so then that may have popped up in
Got to
some
be
of your
kind of knowledgeable.
research that you be doing.
Huh.
Knowledge is power.
I mean, I feel like a lot of conspiracies. I'm not really one of people like who get into conspiracies like that because I feel like there's so much fake news. It's like I choose not to decipher what's real versus what's not because I don't think I have the answers to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like obviously, yeah, there's definitely aliens. There's definitely I think
Thank
there is
you.
a third
That's
eye.
all I wanted to hear.
I think there's a third eye. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we aren't tapped into that we can't see with the human eye, but there's a lot out there that is undiscovered. But I don't have like
I be looking at YouTube videos. I ain't gonna go too deep into that. We might get canceled, but
it's too much stuff I can say that can be canceled.
I wanted to say a whole bunch of stuff because I'm very happy that was a response. I wanted to say a lot of stuff, but I really can't say right now. So, Ern, go ahead, Ern.
All right, man. So yeah, that's gonna end this episode, man. Great having you on here, Sid, man. I learned a lot about you. I thought you was a very great guest for us today. But there's always one last question I ask all of our guests before we leave. So, all the people, all these hoopers, your family, teammates, cousins, all these people, man, who do you think will be great for our show?
I feel like my teammates.
Someone, all right, before you answer
I feel like Cheyenne's a really good person to go to. She's very like
Cheyenne be capping?
McEvans.
Did she be capping? Did she be keeping it real on the pod?
I gonna lie, she's a very down
authentic.
She's very authentic.
That's what we love.
Very authentic, very honest.
We're gonna need you to throw a style to you for that. Make it happen though.
All right, I got you. She live here.
Anyway, make it happen then.
All right,
we looking forward to getting that. Hey, whenever it's a hoop pod, that's when me and Ern be tapped in the most. So we definitely appreciate you popping on.
She's from my city too, so she's from Detroit.
She ain't from Detroit. I gotta make a couple calls to see if she know a couple people. I know that.
She probably do.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. Thanks for hopping on. Like I said again, I appreciate during the season. I know how busy things can get during the season. Just appreciate stopping by. Give us a little bit of your time. So yeah, that's
you guys.
Hey, that's real. That's real. So yeah, man.
Hey, we gotta get this one-on-one game too.
Hey, like I said, though, I'm actually down. I don't just be talking. I mean, I do just be talking.
Would you play on camera, Ern? Would you play her one-on-one on camera?
Bro, I'll do it, bro. I'm not scared. I'm always on the camera, bro. I ain't scared of no camera, bro.
Would you get broken down on camera in front of the whole school now?
First of all, I ain't gonna get broken down.
No little pup. This big fish. No.
Bro, I ain't getting broken down for all that. I might lose, but I ain't gonna be on. Ain't gonna be like, oh, you got.
She said, if you're not taller than her, she's putting you in the basket.
Bro, it's okay, bro. It's okay, bro. I don't need her. That. She can say all that she want to, bro. I don't care. I don't care.
I love that. I
don't care. Hey, I'll be talking on that court too now.
You gonna hear me? You gonna hear me? I love crushing people's confidence. Let's go.
Okay. Hey, I don't want Coach Gordon to get mad at me after what I do to you. I don't want her to get calling me. I don't want her to come calling me.
She know how I get. She'll tell you to watch out. She know how I get.
That's it, man. We gotta wrap it
up. Y'all hit the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe, man. We up out of here. Thanks for watching.
All right.